I think that every person asked himself, why is this happening to me? What did I do to deserve this? I studied so hard for the test. Why did I fail? It is so unfair. I invested so much work. Why did I get laid off? I am a good person. Why does God punish me? In the chapter, The Past is Not What It Used to Be, we talked about alternative thinking in regard to the past. Thinking that the past could have been different causes disappointment and affects our mental state negatively. Don't do it. Instead, I will now reveal why negative things happen to us and will unfortunately continue to happen in the future. The answer is surprising. Now think really hard. Is it possible that you ever bought a fake Versace shirt or knockoff Louis Vuitton bag from China? Because this is the reason something bad happened to you. All the studies show that God gets angry and punishes people who buy fake products on the internet. And I'm not making this up. It is written in the Bible, the Quran, the New Testament, and the Louis Vuitton website. Okay, I assume you understand that I'm being cynical. But for the purpose of this discussion, imagine if this was the truth. Imagine one day meeting your Creator and asking Him, why? And receiving the following answer. Because on the 4th of December, you bought a fake Tommy Hilfiger shirt. That's why. Would this reason be acceptable? Is there any reason in the world that would be acceptable to you? Why do people die of lung cancer? Because people who smoke a lot die of lung cancer. That's the explanation, right? So why is it that other heavy smokers do not die of lung cancer? Why are there soldiers who die in battle while others survive that same battle? Why did I survive and not my friend? A question that haunts many veterans. If you were told that if you wore a mask for the rest of your life and never left your room, you wouldn't catch COVID, would you do it? Or maybe it is worth taking risks and understanding that bad things happen, and the majority of the time, a vast majority, good things happen. The bottom line is, we will never know why something bad happened. And it is for the best, since no explanation would appease us. We have no clue as to how and why higher powers work. It just happens. On the global and personal level, every attempt to understand or explain it is useless. What's important is that we try to do the right thing, at least most of the time. As Alan Arkin said to his son in the movie Joshua Then and Now, the 10 Commandments are like an exam. If you do 8 out of 10 right, you pass. Now, most philosophers believe that a person has a wide range of free choice. God does not interfere, not in the bad things, but not in the good things either. And if you don't believe in God, then you are probably already living with the assumption that there is no cosmic intervention. But most people believe in a higher power. So it is interesting to bring up the idea behind Harold Kushnir's well-known book, When Bad Things Happen to Good People. Kushnir, a religious Jew, lost his son to a brutal disease and wrote a special book to share what he learned from his personal tragedy and help others find their way in loss and suffering. In his book, Rabbi Kushnir believes that God cannot or does not want to interfere with our lives to protect people from tragedies, and that he does not punish them or reward them for their deeds. According to Kushnir, God prefers that people use their free will uninterrupted. Therefore, bad things can definitely happen to good people. Think about it. If God interfered in everything, our lives would have been completely passive. There would be no purpose for our existence. Why should I try learning law or medicine if God loves only Tibetan doctors and lawyers, and I was born in Greece? Why would we enter politics if we know that God always prefers Republicans, neo-Nazis, or liberal Democrats? Why should I open a hiring agency for women if God believes that women should be in the kitchen? Why should I make any effort? In any case, God interferes and does whatever He wants. There is no point. Pain and suffering teach us to cope and adapt, and many positive outcomes came from bad things. Most positive changes happen after harsh times, while lasting good times brought the bad out of certain people. Paradoxically, traumas open our minds to new beliefs. Some will become more religious. Others may actually go through a process of crisis of faith. Some will become spiritual and read more about reincarnation or philosophies of the Far East. In any case, when we experience events that we cannot make sense of, our worldview suddenly expands. And as our vision broadens and we begin to research and read about perspectives that we did not previously consider, our lives become richer. Call it divine compensation, if you may. Bottom line, bad times bring out the best in people, on both the individual and collective level. In hard times, people discover powers they did not know they had. They focus on life, which is how it should be. When coping with a great loss, people often blame themselves, believing that they must have done something wrong. Others may call it bad luck or blame others, including God Himself. Well, this course is not meant to bring you closer to God. It is meant to bring you closer to yourselves. And understand that in the million-year history of humankind, our life is merely a fraction of a second. And this is why the dozens of years we've been living on this planet are important and worthy. Because every day, every hour counts. Therefore, we need to focus on the present and future, not on the past. We need to put the past aside and treat ourselves and others with love and compassion, as well as the universe or God. And remember not to buy fake brands. Really, this is the only thing God does not forgive. And unfortunately, I am speaking from my own experience because I did buy fake Christian Dior pants and got a parking ticket the next day. I didn't even have a car. Never mind, long story. As mentioned, in the next 3 chapters, I will present you with ideas that will guide you to the type of forgiveness that is relevant to you. But first, I want to show you something amazing: extreme forgiveness. And we will talk about how to forgive without feeling the struggle and pain required for forgiveness.